I didn't unlearn my empathy, just to be clear, but I did in the beginning of my work in leadership roles. I hadn't done a lot of training. I hadn't learned a lot of frameworks and whatnot. I relied a lot on like my personality, the ways of working that I had learned, and the bosses that I had observed in leading, which also meant that it put a lot of pressure on me as a person, because I don't think you can really fully separate out your sort of personal self and work self. I think some degree of sort of separation between church and state is helpful to like, so to speak, but I'm still me as a person in the end. And so what ended up happening was that I just took a lot of things on very personally, because I cared about the people, and I don't think I became a sociopath in the process. I hope not. But it did mean that I had to learn, for example, frameworks and tools, like something like the BICEPS model, I think is a really good example. It's a framework of human core needs. And I use that to have one-to-one conversations or even team conversations about what do we all need, what do we expect from one another, how do we best work together. So even small and quite simple frameworks like this, or things like team working agreements, or I know other people, like I haven't tried it much, but like using manager readmes as a way to communicate, here's how I work, here's what I expect. Those kinds of even small tools I found really helpful over time to make it a bit less about me as a person and my individual success or failure in terms of recognizing what people need or doing the right things, and instead systematizing things a little bit with things like this, or with even things like simple one-on-one structures that I would reuse to have the important conversations, but at the same time not just make it about me and my ability to be empathetic at any given moment.